Congressman Guy Reschenthaler from Pennsylvania joining us live. Guy, good to see you.
Sean, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, anytime. Good to see you again. Congressman, I got to ask you, though, how your constituents, do they support the massive spending from the Democrats?
No, absolutely not, because they see this for what it is. It's going to run into, we're going to have rampant inflation, even more than we're having now. We're going to have programs that are basically taxpayer-funded college. We're going to have taxes on oil and gas. The Democrats are really overplaying their hands here. Sean, they're governing like they have this huge mandate to move the country drastically to the left. They don't have those margins. Nancy Pelosi has a 4-member margin in the House of Representatives. In the Senate, it's 50-50, of course, with Kamala Harris breaking the tie. They don't have this mandate. But what we're seeing is Joe Biden, the Democrats, trying to distract the American people, trying to do a bait and switch with not only the transportation infrastructure package, but also this liberal spending spree that was organized by Bernie Sanders. And what are they doing? They're trying to move us to the left. They're trying to distract from the southern border, the chaos that we're seeing. They're trying to distract from the fact that China just launched a hypersonic missile, which caught our intelligence community totally off guard. The Democrats are trying to move us to the left. The American people don't want to go there. That's why you're going to see Youngkin win the gubernatorial in Virginia. That's why you're going to see the Republicans take back the House by a large margin come 2022.
Yeah, it could be a bellwether there in Virginia. Amir, I believe 12 days away from right now. We'll continue to watch that. We are awaiting, again, that House Judiciary Committee hearing testimony for AG Merrick Garland. So if I have to cut you off, I apologize, but we're still a couple minutes out from that. So I want to get your reaction to this. President Biden appearing desperate, at least, to say, when selling his spending plan, talking about internet access. Here's that.
How many people do you see out in McDonald's parking lots with their kids in their cars because they get access to the internet to be able to help their kid in school? What are we doing? This is the United States of America, damn it. What are we doing?
Your reaction to that?
Well, I feel bad at a certain point for Joe Biden simply because he's out over his skis. He's in over his head. He's not capable of doing this job. He's getting mad on that stage, but at the end of the day, he knows that this isn't about rural broadband. If this package were about rural broadband, if it was about roads and bridges, locks and dams, we wouldn't have this problem. That's not what this is about. They have taken the transportation infrastructure package, put a whole bunch of Green New Deal provisions in it. They've coupled it with this Bernie Sanders liberal spending spree, which is going to have inverse effects on the economy. We're actually subsidizing rich kids to go to Yale. You'll subsidize people driving Teslas, and you'll put that economic burden on the working class. You're also going to see greater inflation. Already, Americans are paying more from everything from diapers to eggs to gasoline. What do you think is going to happen when we pass this? We're going to have higher gas prices. We're going to have higher costs for things that people need. And again, you're going to see a tax shift to the working class. So Biden can get mad all he wants. He can sit there and try to talk tough. The American people know that this is a bunch of socialist policies that are wrapped up, and he's trying to disguise it as traditional infrastructure. It is not, Sean.
Some news outlets are reporting that the talks about what's within this $3.5 trillion spending bill is already getting cut down now, trying to trim it out, and free community college appears to be out. That's according to some sources and reports. That's still not known, but how much more are they going to have to gut out of this? I don't know if, there's a lot of money allocated for climate issues, et cetera. And then you were pointing out a great point. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Sean, they can play games with these numbers, but what they're doing is this, is they're having time limits on these programs, which is going to create a time bomb for Republicans, because when we take over the House, it's going to be very difficult for us to undo these social programs. As Ronald Reagan said, the closest thing to eternal life on Earth is a federal program. So what they're doing is they're reducing the time on these programs, but the policy still remains the same. So they're getting cute with these numbers, but at the end of the day, it's still socialist policies that are not paid for. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sean.
No, they're cutting me off. We're getting played off. We talk too much. That's what happened there. Congressman Guy Reschenthaler, good to see you as always. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Take care.